What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to DLF. I am your host, Justin. Today, we are talking through Week 5, start or sit, for Romeo Doubs against the New York Giants. Now, obviously, right, these are not the typical start-sit videos we've been doing the first month of the season, time permitting. We're trying to get out some of these quick hitters. You know, they'll be going out through Saturday, guys, so stick around. Keep an eye out for those as well. Before we get into Doubs, again, if you like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel. Questions, comments, start sit stuff, right? Obviously, that's why you're here. Drop it down below. Like the video. You know what to do there. All right, let's get into it. Romeo Doubs, like I said, is lining up against the New York Giants in London. And, you know, what do we expect? Is he a wide receiver 2 at this point? Is he still a flex play? Are we not playing him because the Giants have technically been good against fantasy wide receivers? There's a lot of things at play here, but let's just talk about the matchup first. The New York Giants, right? They're allowing 134 yards a game to wide receivers, you know, before the Bears game, which we just kind of want to throw out because the Bears don't pass. But that 134, right, while that is a great mark in the league, right? They have been very good against wide receivers. I think it's worth mentioning who they've played. Cooper Rush, Baker Mayfield, Ryan Tannehill. Those are not pass-heavy offenses. They're not good offenses. You know, I don't anticipate a ton of production coming from the wide receivers. You know, this feels like one of those matchups. You look at it at face value, it's terrifying because you're like, oh, they've been great against wideouts. And then you dig in and it feels fake, right? I mean, it really does. And it's not that the Giants are a terrible secondary, because if that was the case, we would have seen it. But I don't think they're this juggernaut that has people worried about Aaron Rodgers and Lazard and Doubs this week, right? I don't get that vibe or that feeling. So when I look at Doubs, who in back-to-back weeks has 8 targets, he has put up a 22.8% target share, I'm going back to him, right? I think he's an easy top 30 wide receiver. He is, if I'm picking one wide receiver of the Packers, I am sticking with Doubs over Lazard right now. Romeo Doubs should be in your lineups, right? Redraft, Dynasty, top 30 wide receivers typically are must-start players just because size of roster, right, in your standard leagues. It's difficult to sit him down because, again, he looks to be arguably Aaron Rodgers' favorite target, you know, the 1B at worst. He's running the most routes. He has back-to-back weeks now. And he's just been performing really, really well, right? Guys, you're going to play him over. You know, Brandon Ayuk, Devonta Smith, I think are two that I've been asked about specifically. I prefer Doubs in those situations. People have asked about Zay Jones coming back from injury. Yeah, give me Doubs over him as well. DJ Moore, I'll take Romeo Doubs as well. You know, he's a guy that I'm excited to play. Like, I want him in my lineup because the upside is significantly higher than where he's ranked, right? Obviously, had he not dropped his touchdown last week, the game winner, basically, what would have been the early game winner, I think Doubs would be a lot higher in rankings. But, again, they're taking shots with him. He's running routes. He's seeing targets. He's producing for fantasy. He's a top 30 guy. If you have him, he should be in your lineups this week. All right, guys, that is all I have for you. Again, if you like what we're doing, subscribe, questions, comments, drop it down below. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.